Greetings, dear students. We are going to discuss about the topic prospectus, which is the continuation of unit number 2. We are discussing the subject investment banking. In that unit number 1, we discussed about introduction to investment banking. In unit number 2, it is about issue management. So different functions, different stages of issues we are discussing in unit number 2. Under that, one of the topic is prospectus. Okay, prospectus is very important legal document which has to be prepared by the issuing company and has to be given to the all the investor who are interested to invest in that particular company. Okay, so the meaning given the prospectus is a legal document which outlines the company's financial securities for sale to the investors. Okay, the financial positions of the company has to be clearly mentioned. It is mentioned in the legal document which is called as prospectus. Okay, according to Companies Act 2013, it is clearly defined that there are 4 types of prospectus, such as abridged prospectus, deemed prospectus, red herring prospectus, and shelf prospectus. Okay, we'll discuss about each and every type in this particular session. Okay, uh, prospectus. I'll tell you the example of prospectus. Okay, so what are the contents has to be there in the prospectus in the sense for insurance and investment fund customers, a prospectus list out the objective of the product, inclusions, exclusions, fees, all those things has to be given for the insurance and investment fund customers. Okay, for ETF customers, the prospectus must be having informations like what are the goals of the fund, okay, why it is generated, what is the history of ETF, what are the portfolio of the ETF, and fees and cost of ETF. So all those information has to be there in ETF fund. Okay, so for like this, for different funds, there are different information has to be there in the prospectus. Ultimately, prospectus is the information voucher for the investors to know about the complete detail about the shares which they are purchasing. Okay, so these are the contents has to be there in general in the prospectus. Okay, prospect contents are specified in the Companies Act. Okay, that has to be followed. And if you see that the details of the companies, name of the company, registered office address, and objectives of the companies, and memorandum of signatories of the memorandum of the association. Okay, and the details of the directors, details of the shares offered previously. Okay, so voting rights of the investors, all those things has to be clearly mentioned in prospectus. Okay, and in continuation, that minimum subscription amount, how much it has to be paid, and the amount payable on application, allotment, and on further calls, how much it has to be paid. All those payment details has to be given, and under who is underwriter of the issues. Okay, how much they are going for underwriting. Okay, and auditor of the company, auditor details of the company, and audited reports of the company has to be attached with the prospectus so that the investors will know about the financial position of the companies. Okay, and they can go decide about the subscription of the shares. Okay, and Companies Act 2013 classified 4 types of prospectus. First one is a deemed prospectus. Okay, and a deemed prospectus is mentioned under Section 25 of Companies Act 2013. Okay, it says that when a company allows or agrees to allot any securities of the company, the document is considered as a deemed prospectus. Okay, if they are allotting securities to any amount of securities, then they can name this prospectus as a deemed prospectus. Okay, any document which offers the sale of securities to the public is deemed to be prospectus by publication of law. Okay, so this way it is named as a deemed prospectus. And second prospectus is red herring prospectus. Okay, red herring prospectus does not contain all information, but the information about prices of securities offered. Okay, and also the number of securities to be issued, prices and security, number of securities information alone mentioned in red herring prospectus. Okay, and the third type is a shelf prospectus. Shelf prospectus is stated under Section 31 of the Companies Act 2013. Okay, a self prospectus issued when a company or a public financial institutions offers one or more securities to the public. Okay, if the same company is issuing more than one offering, one issue, then they will be issuing prospectus. Okay, a company shall provide as validity period of the prospectus, which should not be more than 1 year. Within 1 year, the validity used to be that. The validity period starts with the commencement of the first offer, and there is no need for a prospectus and further offers. Okay, if they are offering first time, that's enough for them. Okay, for the shelf prospectus, the organization must provide an information memorandum when filing the shelf prospectus. Okay. And the fourth category of prospectus, a breached prospectus. It is a memorandum. Okay, it contains all salient features of the prospectus as specified by SEBI. This type of prospectus includes all the information in brief. Okay, not like the previous one, shelf prospectus, like the price and number of issues. It contains all other informations. Okay, all the informations about the issue is contained in a breached prospectus. Okay. It gives summary to the investors about further decision whether they can go for a subscription or not. Okay, company cannot issue an application form for the purchase of securities unless an breached prospectus accompanies such a form. If any investor is willing to invest or subscribe any shares, the company must issue the application form along with a breached prospectus, which contains all the details about the particular issue. Okay, so only then that particular application form is valid application form. Okay, so these are the four types of prospectus categorized by Companies Act 2013. Okay, thank you, students. I hope you are able to understand. With this, I conclude this particular session. Thank you. Meet in the upcoming session. Thank you.